Overpopulation is the biggest problem faced by our planet. "60% of pregnancies and 40% of births in the United States are unintended. In 2008, Nigeria's fertility rate was estimated at 5.41 children per woman, compared with 2.1 for America. One out of 4 of all primary school students are in overcrowded classrooms.
We are witnessing a collision between our civilization and the Earth, and there are 3 factors that are causing this collision, and the first is population. When my generation, the baby boom generation, was born after World War II, the population had just crossed the 2 billion mark. Now, I'm in my 50s, and it's already gone to almost 6.5 billion. And if I reach the demographic expectation for the baby boomers, it'll go over 9 billion. So if it takes 10,000 generations to reach 2 billion, and then in one human lifetime, ours, it goes from 2 billion to 9 billion, something profoundly different is going on right now. We're putting more pressure on the Earth. Most of it's in the poorer nations of the world. This puts pressure on food demand. It puts pressure on water demand. It puts pressure on vulnerable natural resources, and this pressure is one of the reasons why we have seen all the devastation of the forest, not only tropical but elsewhere.
I believe that overpopulation is not something that we need to be concerned about. I believe that, for example, throughout history, we can see that nature takes its course. We have seen that through different natural disasters or epidemics, millions of people have died, and we didn't do anything towards that. It just happened on its own, and we can see that the population rate dropped. For example, the Spanish influenza, which killed between 50 million and 100 million people. Or, for example, the tsunami in Burma, which also killed millions of people. We don't need to take a very hard course of action to fix overpopulation right now. We shouldn't be worried about it, because if history repeats itself, which it always does, we will see that nature will take care of population.
I think that overpopulation is a main contributor to environmental problems, because as the population is growing so exponentially, resources are being depleted, and there's much more pollution, and areas are far too overcrowded. And because of this, the Earth is becoming less and less sustainable. In 2050, it's estimated that we're going to have 9 billion people in the world. Do you think that this will be a bad thing for the environment, or do you think it'll just stay about the same as now?
Well, I think it might stay the same as now.
Okay. Why do you think that?
Well, because people will be passing away, so it'll just kind of the same.
Okay. Unless we reduce the human population humanely through family planning, nature will do it for us through violence, epidemics, or starvation.
I'm not too concerned about it, but I am more than willing to do something about it.
How do you feel about contraceptives as a way to regulate the population?
Condoms are the devil's tobacco pouch.
Condoms are evil. That's against my religion, because condoms are evil.
So how do you feel about birth control as a way to prevent overpopulation?
I think it's useless because I love sex and it feels better without a condom.
What do you think we can do to help encourage people to have less children?
I believe homosexuality should be promoted at a very early age.
Overpopulation does not just mean too many people. It means too few resources and too many environmental problems. We've heard the various opinions of others, but must point out that overpopulation is a major issue that directly affects sustainability and our quality of life. We must embrace technologies and organizations that improve women's rights to education, family planning, and reproductive health care. We must support politicians who are concerned with the population growth. And lastly, we must conserve resources and donate time and money to organizations dedicated to addressing the issue of overpopulation. If people begin to care wholeheartedly, we can reverse the direction in which our Earth is headed and ensure a better life for future generations.